Today's topic is subject verb agreement and pronoun antecedent agreement. So agreement means matching in numbers, singular or plural, the subject, who or what the sentence is about, and the verb is the action or state of being. So agreement means that the subject and the verb must match in number. If the subject is singular, the verb must be singular. If the subject is plural, the verb must be plural. Think of them as a team that always wears matching uniforms. So, the rule number one, the general rule, a singular subject that takes a singular verb. So, if the subject is only one person, animal, or thing, we use a singular verb. A trick to remember, most singular verbs in the present tense actually end in S. Now look at this example. The Nile River is one river, so we use S. Another example, my son is one person, so we use sleeps. Always identify if the subject represents one unit before closing your verb. Now let's move to plural subject. If the subject is more than one, we use a plural verb. These verbs usually don't end in S. So let's have an example. When we say the houses, we are talking about many. So we use are. When we use and to join two people like Villa and Secto, they become a plural group. So we use live instead of lives. So in this sentence, another example, the subject is they, which is plural. Since the subject is plural, we use the helping verb were instead of was. The verb phrase were going shows that the action was happening in the past before. So let's test what we learned. For the first one, the dog blank loudly, barks. Second, the students blank every morning. Study. So I will give you a 5 seconds to answer. So the first one, the dog is singular. So what is the answer? It is barks. The dog barks loudly. For the second, the students blank every morning. So what is the answer? The students study every morning. So rule number 2, noun subject with phrases. So a phrase that comes after the subject gives additional information, but it does not change the subject. The verb must always agree with the main subject, not with the words in the phrase. For example, number 1, the stars in the sky shine brightly. The stars in the sky shines brightly. So the main subject stars. This is a plural form of the subject. So the phrase in the sky describes where the stars are. And our verb is shine, a plural verb. The phrase in the sky only tells us the location of the stars. It does not change the subject. Since stars is plural, we use the plural verb shine. So example number 2. Since one of the men is an engineer, main subject is one, a singular form. So praise of the man tells which one. So our verb is singular verb, which is S. And many students Many students mistakenly think that the subject is man because it is plural. However, the real subject is one, which is singular. Therefore, the correct verb is S. Example number 3. Sentence: the boy playing with the toy cars is laughing loudly. So the main subject, boy, it's a singular form. And the phrase playing with the toy cars describes the boy. So the verb is laughing. Is. It's a singular verb. So the phrase playing with the toy cars simply describes the boy. It does not affect the subject verb agreement since boy is singular. We use the singular helping verb S. Rule number 3. So when a phrase is enclosed by commas and begins with expression like along with, as well as, in addition to, including, or together with, it only provides extra information. It does not change the subject. Always identify the main subject first, then make the verb agree with it. In the first sentence, the subject is the stomach. Let me read for you. The stomach, in addition to the large and small intestine, is a part of the digestive system. So the subject is the stomach. So we use S. In the second sentence, Noel and Claudio, including their supervisor, approve of the system changes. So in the second sentence, the subject is Noel and Claudio. So we use approve. Remember, the verb agrees with the main subject, not with the words inside the comma phrase. So, in rule number 4, noun subject with clauses. So sometimes the subject is followed by an adjective clause that begins with who, whom, whose, which, or that. This clause only describes the subject and does not change it. To choose the correct verb, ignore the adjective clause and find the main subject. So in the first sentence, the books that were displayed in the library are expensive. The subject is books. So we use are. In the second sentence, the writer who wrote the articles is my mother. So the subject is writer. So we use is. Always remember, the verb agrees with the main subject, not with the adjective clause. Time for our second check. Choose the correct verb. The teacher, together with the parents, belong attending. Is or are. Number 2. The girl who won the contest belong my cousin. Is or are. I will give you 10 seconds. So to answer this question, first identify the main subject and ignore the extra words or clauses. In the first sentence, the subject is teacher, while together with the parents is only additional information. Since teacher is singular, we use S. So the right answer is S. In the second sentence, the subject is girl, and who won the contest is an adjective clause that only describes her. So since girl is singular, the correct verb is S. Always remember the verb agrees with the main subject, not with the extra phrase or clause. So number 5 rule, clauses. Sometimes the subject of a sentence is not a single noun, but an entire clause. This is called clausal subject. A clausal subject after begins with what, that, when, where, why, or how. Even though it contains many words, it expresses one complete idea. So it is always treated as singular. Therefore, it takes a singular verb. For example, in what the teacher said is funny, the entire clause in the subject, so we use S. In the next sentence, that I find math easy makes me believe I will pass the test. The subject is the whole clause, so we use makes. Likewise, in When he would be coming wasn't relayed to me. The clause is the subject, so we use the singular verb wasn't. Remember, a clausal subject always takes a singular verb. Relative pronoun, such as who, which, and that, introduce adjective clauses. So the verb inside the adjective clauses agree with the noun and the relative pronoun refers to. In the first sentence, who refers to one man. One of the men who is made team captain is my friend. So again, for in the first sentence, who refers to one man. So we use S. In the second sentence, one of the men who are members of the team is my dad. Who refers to men, so we use are. Remember that the main verb still agrees with the main subject. Since the main subject is both, sentence is one, the main verb is. In both examples, always identify the antecedent of the relative pronoun before choosing the correct verb. Rule number 7. The demonstrative this, that, this, those. The word this, that, this, and those are called demonstrative pronouns, so they can be the subject of a sentence. So the verb must agree with them. This and that are singular. So they take singular verbs such as is and has. These and those are plural, so they take the plural verbs such are and where. For example, that is the thing I have always wanted. The subject is that, so we use is. Another example, why has this happened? The subject is this, so we use has. In this, another example, these were always in your cabinet. So the subject is this, so we use where. In the last example, what are those for? So the subject is those. So we use are. Remember, singular demonstrative pronouns take singular verbs, while plural demonstrative pronouns takes plural verbs. Rule number 8. Nouns with a conjunction and. So the general rule in subject-verb agreement is that two or more nouns joined by and usually form a plural subject. So they take a plural verb. For example, alligator and crocodiles. Alligators and crocodiles are found in hot countries. uses are because they are two animals. However, if two nouns joined by and refer to the same person, we use a singular verb. As uh, in second example, her students and nephew tries to make it to the honor roll. When the determiner is repeated, as in her student and her nephew, the nouns refer to two different people. So we use the plural verb try. So as you can see, the sentence letter B, so her students and nephew. While on letter C, her student and her nephew. So her student and her nephew try to make it to the honor roll. We use the verb try. It's a plural form. So sometimes several nouns joined by and represent one unit, such as a meal, combo. In that case, a singular verb is acceptable. So another example, hamburger, fries, and iced tea sales at 50 pesos. So they do not affect the verb agreement. Always make the verb agree with the main subject. Another to answer the question. So you may correct the correct verb. You may choose the correct verb. So number 1, fish and rice blank my favorite meal. Is or are. Number 2, Maria and Anna blank classmates. Is or are. I will give you 10 seconds. So to answer this question, identify whether the subject joined by and referred to one unit or more than one person or thing. In the first sentence, fish and rice are eaten together as one meal. So we use singular verb S. In the second sentence, Maria and Anna are two different people. So the subject is plural and we use are. Remember, nouns joined by and usually take a plural verb, but if they refer to one unit or one idea, they take a singular.